All right, so assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To some of you, peace out. To the rest of you, y'all know the drill. Check this out, y'all. Today, I had to proctor some or to supervise some exams. And what I had to supervise was the door. I'm part of the team that makes sure that students don't come in with smart watches, any kind of cell phone, and earphones, especially the wireless earbuds. Not allowed. So, and smart watches, in case I forgot to mention that. So, the first student that came up, I got my phone with me. Yeah, well, get rid of it. Yeah, can y'all take it? No, we can't actually. You can't bring it in the building at all. But I'm not from here. I don't feel a guck where you're from, sir. Yeah, but see, I didn't come in my own car. Then you need to put it in the car of the person you came with. Yeah, but he's far away at the other university campus. Oh, I see. So you got a perfect storm to try to have an excuse to bring the phone in. Man, take your country behind away from this building. And don't come close to this door with that phone again. I mean that. Where am I going to put it? It doesn't matter. Matter of fact, wherever you do, somewhere where you can hide it. And don't even tell me where it is, because I want the phone to be safe. I don't want someone to steal it from you. But if you're dumb enough to bring it somewhere you know you can't have it, now you got to hide it somewhere, and maybe someone sees you and they steal it. Man, this is your fault, not mine. Don't ask us how to fix your problem, because you planned poorly. We sent out the email. You knew to bring your ID, and you knew to not bring your phone or smartwatch or earbuds. We told you that. Yeah, but see, I'm not from here. See, there we go again, dummy. We don't care where you're from. Now go hide that phone and come back. And don't bring any wireless earbuds or smartwatch with you either. Second student walked up right after him. Doctor, I forgot my card, my ID. I looked at him. Did you hear the conversation I had with the guy in front of you? Yeah. Now, turn your behind around and go get your ID. But I forgot it at home. Nigga, I don't care. Yeah, but see, I came here in an Uber. And what you want me to do about that? You need to Uber your ass back home, get that ID and come here, and don't bring the phone with you either. But doctor, it's at home. It's a long ways away. Well, nigga, I didn't tell you to leave your phone. I didn't tell you to leave your ID card that long away. You don't come here without it. Now, we don't know who you are. It's not your teacher that's giving you this exam. So we don't know if as a matter of fact, he wouldn't even know what you look like. But doctor, no. Doctor, nothing. Take your country behind back home and get your ID card. About an hour and a half later, this kid came in. I searched him. Something was sticking out of the side of his shoe, and I ran the metal detector over it, and there was metal. I said, hey, man, you got metal in this shoe. What's going on? No, doctor. Yes, you got metal. So he proceeded to untie the top of the lace, pull the tongue of the shoe out. That's where the metal is. No, nigga, that's not where the metal is. But doctor, look. So then he proceeded to untie the other shoe. I ran the metal detector over it, and I said, there's no metal in this one, and there is metal in your left shoe. Now, take the shoe off. He never took it off. So I said to him again, if I can look inside the shoe and you don't have metal in it, you can come in. Got it? Well, I got other shoes that don't have any metal in them, so I'll just go change my shoes. Yeah, okay, nigga. Nigga walked back. A few minutes later, there was no metal in his shoe, either of them. I said, okay, this nigga did not give up this easily. He's got the phone somewhere. So I searched everywhere except his privates and his rear end. Not allowed to do that. Don't want to anyway. And I said, well, he's a Bedouin nigga, so he's not going to just not bring the phone in, but he didn't bring it in his shoe. So I said to him, listen, you don't have the metal in your shoes. Now tell me the truth. What did you have in the shoe? He said, it was my phone. I looked at him and I said, nigga, who was your teacher? He told me, I'm sorry, doctor, I'm sorry. Yeah, nigga, I don't care about that. You're going to be more sorry in a little bit because I know something you don't know. What? Yeah, I know you're going to be more sorry in a little bit. Anyway, I didn't find the phone now, so go ahead. Walked in and I told the supervisor, I walked in behind the student, told the indoor supervisor, listen, keep an eye on this kid. Because that little fuckmucker tried to get the phone in his shoe early and I caught it. But when he came back, he said he was going to change his shoes. He came back with the same shoes on, sir. This kid put the phone somewhere else. Only place I didn't look was his privates and his butt. So, just giving you a heads up. He said, okay, all right. Came back to me later, showed me a photograph of this little bastard looking at a phone while taking the test. They caught him cheating with the same phone. They busted him. They got him. Little nigga thought he was slick. I just thought I'd share these funny stories with you for a reason. I mean, it's kind of funny, but it's more so than it being funny, because every one of you ain't laughing, but more so than it being funny, it teaches us another lesson. And that is a lesson I've been telling us for a long time. And that lesson is we are not the most broken people on the planet. Because let's be honest. Do our students, even in the hood, cheat on tests as often? If they're going to be lazy, they're going to say, look, I'd rather just not care that much than to be a cheater. That's how they do it, at the very least. These kids here, you know, if one of our students is going to be lazy, at least the student of ours will have the decency to say, well, I'm not going to study. I'm just not going to pass. I don't care anyway. When these little boogers decide that they're not going to study, they still say, but I'm going to get the A, and I'm going to get the papers that say I went to school, and I'm going to get the job I don't deserve and the salary that I don't deserve. Not only do I refuse to study, but I insist on getting the rewards that I refuse to rightfully earn. Now you tell me, which one is worse? Stop talking about how we're worse than everybody else, we're less united, we have our stuff together less. Stop saying that stuff. That's a damn lie. That's a fathermucking lie. We are not the worst off. And if these folks can go to other countries and they can do okay, stop thinking you can't. Oh, and there's another thing I wanted to tell you guys too. Some of y'all think, well, you know, the Lebanese, they're this great business class, even in Africa and in South America and all this, and, you know, they're doing great, and why can't we? Let me tell you something. Number one, the Lebanese don't all live in Lebanon. They're not afraid to leave the country that they have been in ancestrally. We're afraid to leave a country to which our asses were dragged kicking and screaming. And we're still scared to leave. Ain't no place better than this here plantation. The place is only great because of you. Wherever you go is going to be fine. If people realize that, they'd be ready to have you go, because the ones of us that would really turn a place into a damn cesspool aren't even listening to this message any goddamn way. So these folks here, the Lebanese, and I'm not teaching Lebanese students, don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is that if the Lebanese, as an example, can leave and they can do okay, what makes you think you can't? I'm going to go ahead and tell you something about them. This is what the Lebanese do in Nigeria, as an example. And I know they do this in other places. Lebanese will take out a loan and they will have a storage room or some place like that full of inventory. And they'll say, this is the collateral for the loan I'm asking. Of course, they get the loan. When they get the loan, they've got this cash in the bank. They then go to another country in West Africa where they have some other relatives. Everything in the storeroom is then transferred back to the ones that actually own it, the so-called inventory. So when the banks foreclose on the loan, they go and they take over the storehouse or the storeroom or whatever the location is, and it's empty. And the one that borrowed is in another country, having fraudulently secured the loan somewhere else now, is using that cash that they don't have to pay back to start a successful business in another country. somewhere else in West Africa. That's what happens. You think the Lebanese are just some kind of supernatural enterprising culture where, or that the Arabs in general are just that way, and you can just give them one falafel and they open up a shawarma restaurant and put their kids through college and med school with it. That's what you're thinking. No, nigga, that's not it at all. What really happens is they commit fraud where they can. And you know what? They do run businesses and they do think about how to run them. They do have more business experience than many of us might have. But they don't just take something and magnify it like we think. Things don't just grow into something extra and bigger and better in their hands the way we think. That's just what we think. That shit ain't true and ain't been true. Stop thinking this way. That's really why I'm recording this. I'm getting sick and tired. I'm still seeing some of you niggas get on these videos underneath and make the comments, so-and-so does this. The Japanese do this. The Koreans do this. The Arabs do this. White folks do this. No, nigga, they don't. They do some things we don't do. But you know what? They also stunt more than we do. They really do. They stunt a hell of a lot more than we do. They owe a lot more in debt than most of us do. These niggas ain't got it like that. But everybody has it more than we do for one reason, and that is that, well, honestly, because they're not us at the bottom. That's what that's about. That's really what it's about. We're the ones holding everything up. We leave, somebody else has to be at the bottom. Maybe they can hold it up, but America ain't gonna be the same without us. And other countries are gonna start getting better. It may even take some generations, but it's gonna get better. Especially if we are spread out over a region as opposed to all concentrated in one capital city of one country. Believe me. Understand that. And stop thinking everybody else just magically has it together. They don't. As a matter of fact, one thing that could be done is this. Let's say that we went into these other countries and we kept in touch with each other, but we were in a particular region of Africa. Let's say we migrated not just all of us to Accra, Ghana, but we migrated to different cities in Ghana and throughout the ECOWAS region. Then banks say, well, we made this loan to this Lebanese and we can't find him nor the collateral. We have to write off the loan. Oh, really? Maybe not. Let's see. Why not? Well, because you see, we're a network. We got homies in different capital cities. What's the name of this creditor or lender? I'm sorry, borrower. What's the name of this borrower that defrauded y'all? Oh, so-and-so. Okay, cool. All right, any personal identifying information, just give me that. Okay, I'm going to go and check with some of my partners in these other capital cities because he probably didn't move to no country town in another country. He's probably in one of the major cities, at least. So we'll check, we'll see. And if we don't find him there, then we'll check around in the countryside. Yeah, okay. All right, cool. So, you send it out to your little network. And people put out some feelers. Yeah, we're looking for we're looking for this particular guy. We got a business opportunity. We're looking for this particular guy. Find out he owns a hotel. He's running a hotel. I mean, he's doing well. Of course, he's not paying his debts back. Then you say, well, listen, we're going to approach him with an opportunity for his business to expand and for us to get the fees from the construction. Okay, cool. And then you identify him. And you grab him up. And you haul his butt right back to wherever it was he defrauded that bank and have him stand justice over there. What happens to the assets somewhere else? Either they're also repatriated or they're taken by some of us. And we split that with somebody local. Point I'm making is that there are ways around this stuff. We just don't like to think the way they do. But they're not doing much better. They're not doing any better than what we would do if we had the same things. And they're not doing any better than us when they're in the same situation, if that ever exists. Stop thinking everybody else is just doing better naturally than we are. They're not. They absolutely are not. Not at all. And we may even look at their success and say, well, at least their communities have a different attitude towards success than ours. That's a good and a bad thing, because you see, and there's a balance that has to be found in the middle, because we might look at people that succeed and say, oh, sellout ass nigga. Right off the bat, we'd say that. We need to stop thinking that. But on the other hand, we also could help some of these other folks to not automatically think that there's something divine about somebody because they succeeded in business. We can help them to rehumanize those who succeed and who therefore are allowed to get away with all kinds of effery in their community. I think I've said enough. Thanks for listening. I hope it helps. Black heart, black mind, black out. Assalamu alaikum.